Hello and welcome back to our channel, Adventurous Way. I'm Matt and behind the camera is Diana, and we're here today in New Mexico to see El Malpais National Monument. This is one of the stops along Route 66 that we're trying to pick up on our quest to visit all 419 national park units across the US. As you may have guessed from what I'm wearing, it's a little bit colder here and there is rain in the forecast. So we're underway on our hike, trying to do this before the rain kicks in. El Malpais is Spanish for the Badlands, and it's named that because of the lava fields that are here. These are vast areas of very, very rocky, solidified lava, but there are some hiking trails through it. And we're on one now called the El Calderon Trail. This is a guided trail, and we have a little booklet from the Visitor Center that tells us at each numbered marker what we're looking at. Behind me here you can see one of the pits in the formation known as the Double Pit. And these are pits that were formed when the roofs of the lava tubes collapsed in this area. Nowadays, it's a really vital habitat for some of the animals that live in the area. This is the other pit here at Double Pit, and it's nearly 80 feet deep. My fear of heights is not doing well right now. I'm going to step away from the edge. Behind me, you can see two caves. We have Zenith Cave and Bat Cave. And although they're closed at the moment, the National Park Service does open them at certain times of year so that you can go inside and cave. Now, in order to do so, you do need a caving permit, and these caves have white nose syndrome, so you have to be very careful, and the rangers will tell you all about that if you do apply for a permit. The permits are free, and we have got a permit for some of the other caves that are open, but for now, these are both closed, so we won't be going in there.
Well, it started to rain, but it's pretty light rain, so I think we'll stick it out and finish this trail.
El Malpais is part of the Zuni-Bandera volcanic field, and its eruptions formed the Pahoho and Aha lava flows that filled a large basin created by the Rio Grande Rift. The area is still considered volcanically active and has even been studied for geothermal energy exploitation. However, the area has been largely dormant for hundreds of thousands of years.
We are at the El Calderon cinder cone. The pea-shaped small rocks are called cinders. They are formed when the lava flows out of the earth and then falls down and it separates and forms these small rocks as it cools down. Scientists think there must have been at least two eruptions here, one that created the dark cinders and one that created red shaded cinders. And the red ones are caused by the higher content of iron that oxidized in the presence of the oxygen as it fell down. So here's one reason why we like recording our GPS tracks with our watches, because then we can reconcile how long the trails are. Because, for example, right now, from the booklet that we got, the map says from here it's about 2.3 miles back to the trailhead, versus the sign says 1.3. So which one is it? Okay, so it looks like this sign is slightly more descriptive. It must have been that the shortcut is 1.3 miles to the parking lot and the proper trail was 2.3 miles. Which, by the way, we are walking along the Continental Divide Trail.
We are back from our hike on the El Calderon Trail. As we measured on our watches, it took just over 2 hours and was about 5 miles long, with 450 feet of ascent. It was a good fun hike, even despite the rain. The views were still pretty good. The views from the lookout were really good fun, seeing out all the way across the lava fields and things. Really enjoyed that. Now the plan was to go for another hike this afternoon. There's an area just down the road that we wanted to do some hiking in. We're actually not going to do that for two reasons. Number one, it's raining, and even though I'm British and therefore I'm supposedly addicted to the rain and I love the rain, it's not that much fun when you're carrying a camera around, so we don't want to damage that, and we're going to skip for that reason. But secondly, and far more importantly, we made an epic faux pas this morning. We forgot to bring our lunch with us. So it's lunchtime now and we have nothing to eat for lunch. So we're going to head back to the trailer and get lunch there. Not to worry though, we are in the area for the next few days. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty more opportunity when the weather clears up and we are well fed to get back out here and do some more hiking.
Today we are hiking Zuni-Acoma Trail. It is an in and out trail, so hike some hours in, then hike some hours out. The sign says it's very strenuous because we'll be walking over the lava flow.
The first half mile or so of the trail has been real easy going, just a sandy single track path. I think it's about to get a little bit rougher now though. That's lava rock. Glad I've got my sturdy boots on today. This lava field is really, really rocky, and as a result it's really hard to actually identify the path. So what they've done is they've laid out lots and lots of cairns, and the advice that we had from the ranger was get to one cairn and make sure you can see the next one before you head on. So I'm standing here at the first cairn, and I can see the next one just over there, so that's where we'll go. So we found this cairn here, and it looks like there's a cairn up there. So we were just trying to work out how we get up there. But I think that's a decoy. And I think the cairn is just behind that tree. Just through there. I think we're safe.
I was really surprised to see this cacti flowering in such bright colors. I guess we had left the desert. I didn't think that we would see more cacti, but I suppose this is Colorado Plateau, so it's still kind of desert-like conditions, just at much higher elevation.
The Zuni-Acoma Trail is about 7.5 miles from one side of El Malpais lava field to the other. The going is really slow, and the sign at the start even recommended allowing about 7 hours to cross one way, so we're not going to attempt to try and cross the whole way. Instead, we've hiked about 3 miles or so into the lava field, somewhere near the middle, and we've just landed over this crest with this stunning backdrop behind me. So I think here makes a great stop for us for some lunch, and this will be our turnaround point as well, and we'll head back.
Definitely need sturdy hiking boots to hike on this lava field because there is no trail. You just follow the cairns, and the trail is very rocky, and sturdy boots really help.
So we've just finished hiking the Acoma Zuni Trail. We didn't go all the way across, but we made it about 3 miles in, and then 3 miles back gave us a 6-mile round trip hike. It was a really fun hike, definitely not one if you're not sure-footed. The trail is really rocky, but it's actually quite nice to walk on. There is some kind of like climbing up stuff, but there's no scrambling or anything. We really enjoyed that hike. That was super good fun. Glad we did that. And even better, the weather held up. I think the clouds are moving in now though, so it's probably time to roll.
We are now at the Sandstone Bluffs Overlook area. I learned that these sandstone bluffs were formed from shallow seas 68 million to 138 million years ago. In contrast, the lava field below us that we walked on earlier during the Zuni-Acoma Trail was formed during multiple eruptions over hundreds of thousands of years.
In a quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
While we visited El Morro and El Malpais, we stayed at the Joe Skeen Campground. It is a free campground operated by the BLM about 11 miles south of I-40 near Grants. The campground has allocated sites, each with a shelter, picnic table, fire pit and a grill. Most of the sites were fairly small and not very level, but we had no problems in our 25-foot travel trailer.
Along the way though, we're following a numbered trail. No, we're not.
And the Propel Trail is 2.3 miles.
Propel.